Parsawala Onasyan. I'm the current Khambabat of our chores. And like the three fine Yafars that we're celebrating today, I earned my Eagle in 2017. And I've since continued my scouting career with the Hominat Man Glendale Aura chapter, and it's a huge honor for me to be here and be your MC today. Before we get started, I would like to acknowledge all the officials that we have here. So first off, we have Ms. Mary Hobakinyan from Congressman Adam Schiff's office. Will you please stand? We have Arda Chakin from State Senator Anthony Portantino's office. We have Mr. Martin Karapetyan from Glendale City Council. We have Ms. Armina Karapetyan from the Glendale Unified School District Board. We have Mr. John Eldred, the Assistant Principal of Crescenta Valley High. We have Derek Komitas from St. Mary's Church. We have Mr. Verish Petrosyan from Aronyan Komite. We have Ms. Lucy Petrosyan from Glendale ANCA chapter, Dushari. We have Queers Talim Kazaran and Queer Nora Shaparian from Hominat Western UF Region Executive. We have Yafar Arto Kazarians, Regional Scout Council and Verdugo Hills Council Commissioner. We have, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, Mr. Holez. We have the Glendale Police Chief here. I am so sorry about that. We have the ARA Executive Board. Would you all please stand? And we have Mr. Mark Krause, the Scout Executive from Verdugo Hills Council. To get started, I would like to invite Queer Natalie Akikian from our color guard to get things to go along with the color guard.
Scout ner patrast. Can everyone please stand? Thank you. Tyler Raj. On. Scout ner patri on. Head darts. over your heart. Ready, begin.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Scout Mayor Ed Darts.
I would now like to invite Derek Omidas for his invocation.
Ձայնս բարձր է, բավականի կարծում եմ միկրոֆոնը պետք է չունենամ, դի խնդրեմ ոտքի կայնեք եւ աղոթքով սկսենք այսօրվա այս գեղեցիկ արարողությունը։ Գյոզեմ որ հայրմեր բոլորս միասին արտասանենք, օրհնյալ Տեր մեր Հիսուս Քրիստոս ամեն, հայր մեր, որ երկինս է Սուրբ Եղեցի անուն քո, եկեսե արքայություն քո, եղեցին գամ քո, որպես երկինս է վերգրի, ըսած մեր հանապազոր տուր մեզ այսօր եւ թող մեզ պարտիս մեր, որպես եւ մեկ թողունք մերոս բարդաբանած եւ մի տանիրս մեզի փորձություն այլ փրկած մեզի չարեն զիքոյ արքայություն եւ զորություն եւ փառքավիտյան սամեն եւ վասը խաչիկո պատվականին գալ զաղաչանս մեր եւ կեցոց մեզ պահպանի չէ ուսավադացելով Քրիստոս Աստված մեր պայա պահպանյա եւ օրտնյա օմենտմեն արարած չափթերը պատասխանատվությունը սկաուտական բաժին եւ ասկումարյալ ուխտավոր եւ հավատացյալ ժողովուրդս ընթովանյալ սուրբ եւ պատվական խաչի վտկոյի խաղաղության փրկի այրևել եւ աներևույթ ճշնամուն արժանավոր յակողությամբ հարավորելս հայր եւ զորդ եւ սուրբ ոգի տաժմ եմ միշտ եւ ավիդյան սավդենից ամեն ռամեցեք նստեք սրելներ թույլ տվեք ես ելիմ հատուկ շնորհավորություններն ուղղեմ շատ սիրելի Շանթին Արգինին եւ Լեոնին իրենց այս հաջողության համար բարձանք է մեր համար պատիվ է մեր համար, որ մեր երեխաները այս հեռավոր ափերում ոչ թե միայն հայկական միություններին, հայկական հաստատությունների աշխատանքներն են մասնակցում, նաև երկրի մակարդակի վրա հաջողություններ են ձեռք բերում։ Սիրելիներ, այս հաջողությունները մենակ ձեր եւ ձեր ընտանիքինը չի, այլ մեր մեծ ազգին, այսինքն մեր ժողովրդինն է։ Հայությանն է ես մաղթում եմ ձեզ նորանոր հաջողություններ նորանոր առաջադիմություն ձեր այս նվիրյալ աշխատանքում։ Շնորհակալություն ձեզանից ձեր ուշադրության համար։ Բայց հայր մեր բարձր արտասանեք։
Thank you, Derek Omidas. I would now like to invite Yapar Dionsinifi to officially open the ceremony.
By the authority vested in me as a representative of the Homeland Linda Ara Chapter and Padua Hills Council and the National Council, Boy Scouts of America, I declare this court of honor open.
Thank you, Yapar. If we could have our honor guard, our Troop 54 honor guard, escort the Eagle Scout candidates to the stage. Our scouts have prepared a little slideshow to give us insight into their journey on their way to Eagle.
Because the spirit of scouting embodies the 5 principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. I remember when you took your first step on the trail that leads upward. With that first step, you began to build yourself physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout oath and law. All the while you were on the trail, I watched you study and learn by doing. At this time, you will rededicate yourself by repeating the Scout oath and law, resolving to uphold forever its principles with the same ambition and perseverance that have brought you this far. Repeat the Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help others at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
You will now give me the 12 points of the Scout law.
Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, reverent.
Once you were a young, new Scout, and your fellow Scouts called you a tenderfoot. And they were right, you were indeed a tenderfoot. But not for long, soon you advanced through second class. Then first class. Next, your leadership skills were developed as you became a star. And Life Scout. You have now earned the rank of Eagle Scout.
I would now like to invite F.R. Sean Parmenion to lead the Eagle Charge and Challenge.
The original principles, the Scout oath and law, have fuller meaning. Your understanding of them is greater. Yes, I have watched your character unfold and become more mature. I have watched your leadership ability expand into a valuable asset. I have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. I have watched all of these things in you, and now you are at the threshold of your goal. I welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true Scout manner. This afternoon, you have rededicated yourself to the principles of Scouting. But one thing is important, your future. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other Scouts below you. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are a little more conspicuous and people will expect more of you. The torch you carry is not only yours, but ours. I challenge you to enter this Eagle Brotherhood holding ever before you without reservation the ideals of honor and service.
Scouts of all nations make up one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. This award, as you will know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking, as you live up to your church, school, friends, upon scouting, and upon himself. The second responsibility of an Eagle Scout is loyalty, for without loyalty, character lacks direction. An Eagle is loyal to his ideals. The third responsibility of an Eagle Scout is courage. Courage gives character, force, and strength. Trusting in God and with faith in his fellow men, the Eagle faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. He extends a helping hand to those who toil up the scouting trail he has completed, just as others helped him in his achievement of the Eagle rank. The habit of the daily good turn must take on a new meaning and blossom forth in the life of service. The Eagle protects and defends the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the oppressed and the unfortunate. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. His code of honor is based upon the belief that leadership is founded upon real service. Are you ready and willing to accept these responsibilities and to adopt the Eagle Pledge?
Oh, yeah.
Raise your hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I,
Sean Wilson,
believe in the Boy Scouts of America as a movement,
believe in the Boy Scouts of America as a movement,
which has as its goals and purposes
which has its goals and purposes,
character building,
character building,
citizenship training,
citizenship training,
and physical development.
and physical development.
I believe it to be a movement that helps a Scout
I believe it to be a movement that helps a Scout
become master of his own powers,
become master of its own power,
helps him get along with others,
helps him get along with others,
and helps him find worthy use of his powers.
helps him find worthy use of his powers.
I believe it is my duty to do my best
I believe it is my duty to do my best
to obey the Scout oath and law.
to obey the Scout oath and law.
I hereby renew my faith in Scouting.
I hereby renew my faith in Scouting.
I promise to do what I can in service to other Scouts
I promise to do what I can in service to other Scouts
who have not advanced this far along the Eagle Trail.
who have not advanced this far in the Eagle's trip.
2. Eagle candidates, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation and ever before you the ideals of honor and service. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask the Eagle Scout Honor Guard to escort the Eagle candidates' parents to the stage. If I could have Daniel Shagyaldians, our Most Naturally Khanbabet, to present the Eagle Scouts with their awards.
It is my honor to be able to award our 3 FBARs with their Eagle Scout rank. I would like to invite them up closer so everyone can see them receiving their neckerchief, their slide, and their pins for parents, grandparents, and their later on they'll be also giving out their neckerchief pins to their FBARs. So if you can go a little forward. Now I'm going to award these 3 F-bars with their Eagle Scout neckerchief slide. On it has the BSA logo, which is an eagle, and says BSA, Boy Scouts of America, Eagle Scout, which they can proudly wear with their neckerchief. And the final piece that the F-bars earn along with their neckerchief and slide is the Eagle Scout medal. Which is actually very nice. So they get to wear this on their uniform for as long as they're a scout. Each of the Eagle Scouts also were not able to go through this entire process alone. They had their parents who were their entire support system along with their groups. So they wouldn't have been able to get to where they are without the help of mom and dad driving them everywhere that they needed to be, taking them to Scouts every Sunday and anywhere else they needed to go in order to complete their requirements and merit badges. So each of them get a Eagle Scout dad and Eagle Scout mom pin to be able to award to their parents. So, F-bars. before we move on to their well-prepared speeches, we also have another pin to give out that the boys have to give out. Grandparent pins, because grandparents also support you in everything you do. So each of them have their own grandparent pins to give, and they're gonna come down the stage and pin it on their grandparents for everything that they've done for them to help them through this entire process. And the last two final things that these Eagle Scouts will be receiving is their Eagle Scout certificate along with the Eagle Scout badge that goes on their right pocket side. So it will be similar to this one. Yeah, para Leon Bosmania. Ardino Vanessian. finally, Yefbar Shant Mofsasyan.
Thank you.
And there you have it. Can we get a round of applause for our 3 new Eagle Scouts? Our 3 new Eagle Scouts have also prepared a very short speeches to thank everyone that helped them out through this entire process. Each of them have also decided to give out 3 mentor pins that look like this. The mentor pin, they each have decided to give it to anyone that they believe had helped them out through the entire Eagle Scout process, because it is a very tiresome and rigorous process, and it takes a lot of dedication and time. So this is their way of showing thanks to the people that made an impact in their life. Let's start with Yefbar Arkin.
About 6 years ago, I started Scouts, unaware that today, being the day I get awarded the rank of Eagle, was part of the plan. I remember quickly after I joined, I realized that Scouts was a big commitment. As I advanced in leadership roles, Scouts started to take a large portion of my life due to the added responsibilities, like attending meetings and planning activities for the kids that once used to be me. As December approached this past year, I became worried that I was running out of time and wouldn't be able to finish all the requirements and merit badges for Eagle before my 18th birthday. Getting to this point where I can say I made it sometimes felt impossible. While working to finish everything for this rank, I managed to balance school, studying for and taking the SAT, applying for college, still coming to Scouts, and through it all, I made time for my friends and things that kept me sane. Over my years at RUP, I learned more than most people my age due to the environment this youth-run organization provides. Developing skills like communicating with others, planning, budgeting, patience, working with deadlines, time management, and other skills, but most importantly, leadership, has allowed me to accomplish a lot more than I give myself credit for. I'd like to acknowledge Yefbar Arko, one of my mentor pins, because without him, I wouldn't have even had the option to work for this rank. I'd have no one keeping track of my records, testing me for most of my board reviews, and meeting with me at the very last second to make sure I had completed everything I needed to be able to stand up here. So thank you very much. I also understand that parents get their own parent pin already, but I'd also like to give each of my parents an additional mentor pin. My mom has given me so much support and pushed me to improve and continue every single time I wanted to quit. And without my dad, there was no way my service project could even happen. Parents always give us so much more than we could ever ask for. And for that, I wanted to give you more than just the parent pins, and thank you both for being the best mentors I could ask for. I'd also like to thank my brother for being my leader and teaching me so much about what that means. My grandparents, who I love very much, and I'm so thankful you all could make it. Mr. Eldred from Crescenta Valley High School for meeting with me and letting me do my project for my high school. And finally, thank you to everyone else who is here today to celebrate and support Sean, Leon, and I. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to come to our Court of Honor today. It is such an honor for me to receive my Eagle Scout after 12 years of scouting. Through scouting, I have been instilled with a love for the outdoors. It is on scouting trips that I experienced many firsts. First camping trip, first time shooting, first time canoeing, and the list goes on and on. I've learned a lot about my strengths and weaknesses, my history as an Armenian, and to always carry with me proper morals and ethics. I now have many important life skills that I will be able to use and have been using in my everyday life, including school, and will use in future jobs and commitments. I've also made many connections and friends in scouting that I know will last for many years to come. I hope to remain in these organizations and to inspire the generations that come after. I'm also thankful that my father first introduced me to the organization because it has truly shaped me into the selfless and community-minded person I am today. So now I'd like to get into my mentor pins. I'd like to invite up Yehbar Arto Kazarians, Yehbar Daniel Shagalians, and Yehbar Dion Seifi. I would like to award the first pin to Yehbar Arto Kazarians. From the first day I began working towards the Eagle Scout ranks to this very minute, Yehbar Arto has been by my side, encouraging me to push myself and achieve things I never thought would have been possible. By introducing the Eagle Scout program to Homeland, Yehbar Arto gave us the opportunity to pursue this rank. No matter how bizarre the situation was, or as close to the deadline as I was, Yehbar Arto was always willing to go out of his way to give the best advice and aid possible. Without Yehbar Arto, I wouldn't have had the motivation to follow through with the rigorous ranks and requirements, and would have given up a while ago. My second mentor pin is for someone who I viewed as a role model on my path to Eagle, as well as in Homeland. Some of my earliest memories from Troop 154 include being taught fundamental pioneering skills, working on ranks, and attending the Eagle Service project of none other than Yehbar Daniel Shagalit. I would like to thank Yehbar Daniel for the countless favors he's done, and for training Yehbar Shant Armenian and I to succeed as the leadership of the group that he built. Finally, I'd like to award my third mentor pin to Yehbar Dion Seifi. Starting off this year, Yehbar Dion came in with many promises and goals for us, and I'm proud to say that we have already completed most of them. I'm thankful to have Dion not only as a leader who always pushes us to our limits, but also as an amazing and supportive friend who is always available to offer guidance and advice. Thank you for your time, and have an amazing rest of your afternoon.
And lastly, Yechbar Leon Boscanian.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming to our Court of Honor today. First of all, I would like to congratulate my friends, my brothers, and my troop mates with whom I'm sharing the stage with today. Wow, I just don't know where to start. I remember my Cub Scouting days like it was yesterday, the fun trips we went on, the campouts we had, and the weekly activities that took place. I'll never forget that day I transferred from a Cub Scout to a Boy Scout. It was a new, exciting chapter in my life. When we went on my first campout I had with Ari Chors, we drove up for hours, getting to the top of the mountain and pitched our tent to sleep. In the morning we woke up and it was time for breakfast. Me being the chubby kid I am, I thought we would have some Nutella, peanut butter, and jelly. But no, I was handed a pan with a propane tank by Yechbar Arto, and I was being told to cook my own food. That's when I knew I was going back home from this camp starving. For many of you who don't know me, I'm Leon Boscanian. I've been a scout for 11 years. I don't have a scouting background as many other scouts do. But when I moved to America from Iran, my parents wanted me to be involved in the Armenian community. That's when I started my scouting journey as a Gailik at Arad in 2008. Throughout the years, I've made lifelong friendships and I've learned valuable lessons along the way. I would first like to start off by thanking Yechbar Arto because he would come in every Sunday and try to teach us every bit of knowledge he had. Not a lot of people can do that. He would always push me to my limits so I could realize my potential. Next, I would like to thank Kurar Minette. Without her, my project wouldn't have been completed, even though she was very strict on the safety portion of my project idea and design. We were still able to work together, and I'm able to stand up here. The last couple of days before turning in my Eagle project, I faced many hardships. Even though everyone tried to help me out, no one was able to carry out the same task that one of my fellow brothers did, and this is Yechbar Savada. Thank you for all the hard work and dedication you put into our group, not only for me, but for my fellow brothers. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents and grandparents. There were many Sundays where they would wake me up and I would come with the dumbest excuses so I don't have to go to scouting activities. But my parents would always drag me to scouts. One day they woke me up and that's when I was out of excuses and quietly got ready. Not only were they bothering me on Sundays, but they were every day of the week, either yelling at me to do my merit badges or even work on my project application. But without them, none of this would be accomplished. I remember on some Saturday nights, I would go to bed late playing video games, and I would see my grandma still awake, washing and ironing my scout uniform. Lastly, without my grandpa's help during my Eagle project process, I wouldn't be able to overcome Kurar Minette's critiques and be able to work and complete my project. I would like to call up a couple people who have played a major role both during the Eagle process and in the real world. Could Yechbar Arto, my grandpa, and Yechbar Dion Seifi come up and receive their mentor pins? Yechbar Arto, thank you so much for all the hard work you've done for my brothers and troop mates. Thank you for responding to my midnight calls and texts, helping me find all my blue cards and turning them in on time. My second mentor pin is for my grandpa because even though we argue a lot, I would still not be able to be the person I am today. And I can't thank him enough for all his hard work for me. Lastly, Yechbar Dion Seifi for creating an environment where all the Ari Miyabor was able to bond and become a brotherhood of leaders in the Armenian community. So Yechbar Arto, my grandpa.
States Capitol. This flag was flown at the request of the Honorable Adam B. Schiff, Member of Congress, in recognition of Leon Boscanyan, Arginal Nessian, and Shant Movsesian for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to be amongst you all today. Senator Portantino wishes he could be here in person, but he is on his way to Armenia and sends his best. On behalf of the Senator, I'd like to present Shant, Argin, and Leon with this Certificate of Merit recognizing their outstanding achievement. This Certificate of Merit honors the perseverance you have demonstrated in your conduct and efforts as a Scout, your commitment to your unit and community, and towards our great state. Congratulations on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. We eagerly look forward to how you will impact the world well into the future. Congratulations.
Say, Mr. Varkazian?
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our City Council and our Mayor, I want to congratulate all of you, all three of you. This is a huge accomplishment. I want to congratulate all your parents, grandparents, because without their hard work, you wouldn't be here. And I was a scout once back in Iran. I didn't pass that dilute portion of it. I was not committed enough, but this is a huge commitment from your end to be here 11 years, 12 years. It's a lifetime for this kind of activity, and I want to congratulate you again. Our certificates are ready. Unfortunately, our mayor couldn't make it, and he has your certificates and will be provided to you in the next few days. Congratulate all of you.
event. And I don't have the scouting background, and I did not realize the work that these fine young men have done. But I gotta tell you, in listening to the speeches both last time and this time, I really look forward to what the future brings. This is the future of our community, and I know it is in good hands with young men like this that are committed to the community, committed to the values that scouting instills. And the work that they've done so far is said, can I hire a couple of them? Because when we look at what we do in terms of, when we look at in terms of what we do with service, said no matter where they go in their careers, what jobs they do, is I will be watching with great interest to see what they do, because they are the leaders of our community. They are the ones that will take us forward. So I will simply say, for all that work, congratulations on behalf of the men and women of Glendale Police Department. We're very proud to be part of our community. I'm going to get you a pair of stars for your next.
Սիրելիներ, 1956-ի սկաուտ եմ Արարատի, 10 տարի Արարատով սկաուտ եղանք, հետո 10 հարավեր տեսանք, հետո քիչ-քիչ, ես հիմա ունեմ համաշխարհային Գիլբեր Փարքի անդամ եմ եւ 87 տարեկան եմ եւ ունեմ 4 փայտանի բուդաճը ամենաբարձր նշանն է, որ ստացել եմ նախանցյալ տարի։ Հիմա դեռ ես Արարատի անդամ եմ եւ ուրախ եմ, որ ես երիտասարդները իգել դարձան ամենը առանցեն են մեր սկաուտները բոլորն են արծիվի ծագեն եւ արծիվ են։ Շնորհավորում եմ իրանց եւ Արարատին էլ հաջողություն, որ ավելի բարձունքների տեղ հասնեն այլ։ Շնորհակալություն բոլորիդ։
Շնորհավորեմ շրջանային վարչության անունով, ինչպես նաև մեր սկաուտ խորհրդի շրջանայինի անունով բոլորի կմաղթեմ ձեզի հաջողություն եւ այս գծով, ինչպես որ քիչ արած ձեր ծնողներուն եւ ձեր մեծ հայրիկներուն բաղվեցիք փինով, ուզեմ ասել, որ իրենք շատ ներդրում ունեցած են ձերած հաջողության մեջ, որովհետեւ ձեզի դված է հայացի գրթություն եւ ինչպես դուք բոլոր լսիք օգնած են ձեզի։ Հետևաբար, թե իրենց կշնորհավորեմ եւ թե իրենց կքաչալ եւ նաեւ ձեզի կքաչալերեմ, կմաղթեմ ձեզի ավելի բարձր նշաններ, լավ մաքուր հայ զավակներ, ինչպես նաեւ մաքուր ամերիկացիներ, Զարայր ոչ թե միայն Արարատ մասնաճյուղին, այլ նաև ձեր բոլոր ընկերներուն, դպրոցին, ինչպես նաև մեր հայրենիքի եւ Հայաստանին։ Նաև շնորհակալություն կուզեմ հայտնել Արարատ մասնաճյուղի վարչության եւ ձեր մենթորներուն, ինչպես քիչ առաջ եղբայր Արթուր եւ այլ ուրիշներ, որ ձեզի օգնած են բոլորս հասնեք։ Շատ շնորհակալություն ձեր բոլոր աշխատանքին համար, որ դարածեք, որ մինչև այս award-ին հասնեք, ինչպես գիտեք, ասի բարձրակույն նշանները մեկն է եւ ամբողջ սրտովս ձեզի կմաղթեմ հաջողություն ձեր քալեջի դպրոցի մեջ, լավ դիբար երդասարտներ, լավ դիբար սկաուտներ եւ ամենուն օգնեք եւ այս ձեր բոլոր նշանները, որ հիմա հոս կփայլիկ, դարածեք եւ դուք կարծանաք, ինչպես որ մեր նշանապանը գսե եւ բոլոր սկաուտները եւ ձեր ընկերները եւ աշակերտները բարձրացնեք ձեր Դարձյալ շնորհակալություն ձեր բոլոր աշխատանքին եւ շնորհավոր ըլլա ձեզի ձեր ծնողներունը եւ վարչությանը։ Շնորհակալություն։
Invite Mr. Mark Cross, the Scout Executive from Verdugo Hills Council, to share his remarks.
Can you hear me? On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Verdugo Hills Council, gentlemen, congratulations. Welcome to the 4% Club. That 4% is the percentage of youth that make it to Eagle Scout that join the movement. So it's rare air, and congratulations for being there. I'm actually pleased to be here. As Chief Kovalitis said, this is my second time to be at this event, and it's always amazing the turnout and to hear the stories of these youth that they have. I'm looking forward to coming back to these one of these days where we're going to have our first female receiver Eagle Award. I hope that's sooner than later. So I know that they're out there working on it. So congratulations again. And now's the important time. Now you've done all the work, but now moving forward to help mentor all of those that you can help attain this rank and really become productive citizens in the community. So this is the time to really keep pushing forward.
To the stage to share her remarks.
On behalf of the Chapter Executive Board of ARA, I would like to congratulate our 3 young scouts who have worked tirelessly for many years to get to where they are right now. And I think one thing that we need to definitely take into consideration is not only those that are standing up on stage right now, but those scouts that are sitting in the audience and those that attend Scouts on Sundays and anybody else who's going to be a scout soon, and boys and girls, to thrive and to make it their mission to become part of the 4% Club. And hopefully that percentage will rise. But it is definitely something that I think you will all remember this day, that it is the fruition of everything that you have done over the years and the people that have supported you throughout this time. And as Arad, as we stand here, we couldn't be more proud of all the work that you have done and the support that you have had. And I think it is worth mentioning, as every single one of you has mentioned, that Yakbar Arto, who spearheaded this project for Ararat starting in 2010, has led us, I'm searching for you, he has led 29 scouts to where we are right now. And 9 years of hard work, dedication, and Yakbar Arto, thank you so much for, I think a thank you is not even enough, but for all the days and nights and years that you have dedicated to each and every scout who has had the opportunity to come and stand on this stage and present to the community what they have done. So thank you so much, Yakbar Arto. And so now, as many have said before me, the future is what we are all looking forward to. We all listened to about what you guys have done in the past to lead you here. We are all anxiously waiting for what you will do from now.
I believe we also have certificates from Ms. Laura Friedman here. On behalf of her office, I guess the responsibility comes to me to present these. So, Yakbar Argin, if you would. To you, I'm going to read what it says. The above-named scout has distinguished himself by completing the requirements for the Eagle Scout Award, the highest award given by the Boy Scouts of America, and in order to receive this reward, he has completed the ranks of Star and Life Scout and has fulfilled the requirements for at least 21 merit badges, 13 of which involve citizenship training, character development, and fitness, 8 of which are in fields of his own choice. He has also demonstrated his leadership abilities by planning an Eagle service project, organizing the personnel needed, and directing the project to its completion. The Eagle Scout Award is presented only to those young men who obtained the outstanding achievements in scouting and whose service to troop and community has been exemplary. And his scouting achievements are an outstanding example of America in action, and his keen sense of maturity and developed leadership ability have placed him in the esteem of his community and fellow scouts. Now it is with a great deal of pleasure that I commend the above-named scout for his outstanding achievement in qualifying for the Eagle Scout Award and congratulate him upon his receipt of that most noteworthy honor. Signed, Laura Friedman, Member of the Assembly, 43rd District. Remarks, Yakbar Daniel Shagalyat.
Okay, I know everyone is looking forward to the reception to follow after, so I'm going to keep it short but sweet. I just want to say congratulations to our 3 newest Eagle Scouts. We're very proud of what you guys have accomplished and can't wait to see what you guys will accomplish for your troops and your division and your chapter in the future. Now that you guys have earned the rank of Eagle, now it is your task to help those around you, your scouts, your peers, in the path of Eagle Scout. Elevate yourself and others with you. So now that is your new task as our 3 newest Eagle Scouts of Homeland Glendale Arat chapter. Once again, congratulations. Scoutner Patras, Hinksa, Yereg Chors.
If I could invite Yapar Dion Seifi to the stage to officially close the Court of Honor.
I declare the Court of Honor closed, and can I invite Yapar Natalie Akikian up to the stage?
Scoutner Patras. Kailaraj, on.
North. Ka, R. Scoutner, Bad V, R. Parachnatakov, parking. Yeah, choice.